Okay. All right. So here we go. Let's get going on this little meeting. I wanted to open up again, always being grateful for those who help make these meetings possible, and those who participate, those who view, those who listen. And Brother Cody Mazzarella, a activist in the Chicago area, who lets me use his premium account. And so that's his donation to us. And we want to thank, we got some others too, Sister Kathy, of course, and Sister Jen, your contributions. And then we also have a brother who, Alexander G, he is sponsoring our website. He one of our sponsors, made a donation. So all these little things, we really thank everybody. We're really grateful for your pitching in. So the agenda is on my screen. All right, good. All right, we're recording this, so this is public. This is gonna go on YouTube and Facebook and everything for everybody to check out. Let's talk about if we have any introductions. I guess we all kind of know each other here. Let's talk a little bit, since there's just 3 of us in the meeting at the time. Just whatever you want to talk about for a couple minutes, bring it on. Sister Jan, did you have anything?
No, just the same things that we've been talking about previously. Better pay, security for, it's getting rough on working on these property of CTA, more safety for the employees. And that basically it. That's all my concerns are: safety and better pay.
And so let me tell you, at the Union Local 308 contract update meeting, did you get to see any of that paperwork regarding those proposals?
Yeah, I saw it. It's a joke.
But that's more pay, though. They're saying this is more pay.
Let me rephrase that. A living wage.
Like a full-time job.
There you go. Thank you. With benefits.
Exactly. Okay, I just wanted to be clear, because they presented it to us like, hey, we need your support. We need you to support this. So I just wanted to make sure that if you were in support of that garbage.
No, you're going to give us 11%. The 11% has already been taken. Everything has gone up. Cost of living has gone up. Everything, food has gone up. So 11% is not. It's nothing. It's a drop. You need to give us 22%. Triple it.
Yeah.
33%. Then we're talking.
Especially those who are making 16, topping off at 16 an hour.
Exactly. You're raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour, and you have a person who's been with CTA for 8 years only making $16 and some change. Really? No.
Yeah, it was. Did you feel insulted? Some people said
very much so. Every time CTA does anything, I'm very much insulted by giving me a pen, all of that. It's insulting. It's degrading and it's insulting. That's how much you think of me. We've worked through a pandemic. I've caught the coronavirus. You don't even want to give us pay for no, I'm upset. I'm really upset.
Yeah, I'm a survivor too. And it was so, and the proposals that you're talking about are actually the ATU proposals. These are supposed to be the people we elect to help us with the bargaining, right? I mean, and it's kind of like they I was just talking with Kathy, and we're saying it seems like our own elected leadership does not want all full-time jobs. You know,
No, they don't.
it's
They
like
don't.
it's like they get insulted if it's because of the infighting, like, well, I did it, so you should do it too. To well, we're also, if they push this and they support what we want, then that's going to affect their relationships with, you know, upper management and the politicians. And they it seems like their relationships with the politicians and, you know, various corporate executives seem to be much more important than their relationships with us.
Definitely. And who helps get the people around to where they need? The CSAs, the operators, the janitors. We are CTA, and you treat us like we are dirt.
And it's, you know, I at the proposal meeting, I agree. At the proposal meeting last week or the week before, you know, I was telling President Dixon, and, you know, we need to see you. The members need communication from the union office, some type of communication. He's like, well, and he whines a lot. It's like, I want to just tell him, why don't you just quit? Because it's like every time we talk to you about stuff, you're like whining, like you don't want to deal with it. But anyways,
He doesn't.
No,
He didn't get in this position to have a relationship with the union members. He got in this, basically, it seems like, to benefit himself and whoever else goes along with his agenda.
It's sad. And I said this to him, and then he says, look, he said, today I went down to Howard Street and there were only 4 people there. I mean, it's not a lot. And I'm thinking, how insulting. So the 4 people that were at Howard Street when you went to go visit are what?
Didn't matter.
Yeah.
Didn't matter. Yeah.
These are 4 people who pay your freaking salary. And
right.
It's like, you should be honored. You should be there shining their shoes or something. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, oh, I'm with some members, you know. And of course, he didn't go to the shop. He didn't go to the shanty. He stayed right there. I'm sure maybe he didn't even visit the kiosk. You know what I mean? But he's in the train room. I mean, what, 4 people? That's pretty good, man. You could talk to 4 people about your agenda, whatever it is you have, or you could just listen to them. I mean, it's so sad. It's just like,
it really is sad, Eric. You when you campaigned, you went to these kiosks and spoke to the people out there. And now that you're in a position as president, you can't still do the same thing, come out and say, he still has not, as of today, came out and publicly acknowledged and thanked the people who voted for him. I haven't seen it. I haven't heard it. I don't know if anybody else has, but he has not even thanked the people that put him in the office. So that tells you a whole lot about him right there.
Yeah. Can I add something?
Yeah. We just kind of went off here. This is great. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
It's kind of going back to what Janice said about and the initial beginning discussion about the raises. And I'm not so good with numbers, so I can't do this. But so Eric and the ATU was saying, you should support us for the 11% raise. Okay, so that's over 3 years, 11% over 3 years. And we need to get somebody who's good with numbers and break that down to how much per hour it's going to be. Like, it's probably going to be, will it be 3, and 2, or however they're going to break it down. We need to, go ahead. What were you going to say, Janice?
No. I was just agreeing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so we need to break that down and post it and maybe even make it into a flyer. about, and then like Janice said, that 11% is already gone. Okay, so from
Right.
what comes out of the check, as far as the taxes and well, the retiree health care trust is supposedly going to be reduced, your contribution, and other contributions that come out on your check. So how much are you really going to have left? Not to mention the cost of living. And then,
Exactly.
yeah, so I think that would be good. And then, like you said, make it be 3 times as much. Well, then we should put on there how much per hour more that's going to be, and how
Mhm.
much has the price of gas gone up? How about food and everything, some,
Exactly.
but I can't do it because I'm not good with numbers, but something like that should
Yeah,
have effect on some people.
correct.
And
And
anyone listening, anyone participating in the meetings, this is a collaborative effort. Everything we do is together. So if anyone wants to help make that happen, definitely put it together. Text it to the Justice Coalition phone number 224-935-3075, and we will publish it, and we can give you credit for it or not, whatever. It can be anonymous. The stuff that people see me post that comes from the Justice Coalition, not all of it is written by me, because we all kind of work together, and this is how it should be. And thank you. Kathy, did you have any kind of like introductory, rant or or anything you wanted to say for a couple minutes?
Well, just one more thing that popped into my mind is that, okay, so the last contract, we got the lowest raise that we have gotten over like the last 3 contracts, if you count this current one. And the people who are good with numbers, they presented it, how much the raise per hour, how much it's going to be, and how much the healthcare is going to increase. And so it in some ways it was a wage cut, but still people voted for that contract. So I'm hoping that we can get on top of that knowledge that people are going to vote for the effing contract because of the what is that called? The retro pay, and that other thing now, the heroes pay, which is really some cheap hero pay. It turns out to be less than $4 an hour based on a 40-hour work week. Somebody who knows numbers posted that. But anyway,
Yeah.
we need to, I'm hoping we can formulate something that's fairly brief and concise with the numbers about how much you're really not getting, and the increase in part-time jobs, why the part-time jobs are there. They're not there to turn them into full-time jobs. They're there to turn the full-time jobs into part-time jobs.
Part-time. Exactly.
Yeah. So
This
go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
Well,
ahead.
I just wanted to say, we need to figure out how can we get people to vote the contract down. Oh, my last point is that somebody said, okay, if we vote the contract down, then it goes to arbitration. And that's another hurdle. Then people think, they say the CTA will do better than arbitration. Oh, really? Then how come the CTA doesn't want to go to arbitration? They want us to accept the contract. So anyway, those issues. That's
Yeah,
it.
it's all about a test of will, right? I mean, how much are we willing to fight as a union, and I mean the workers. I'm not talking about the people we elect, and we have to know when you fight, you're going to get hit. I mean, you're going to get cut. But when you fight, that means that you refuse to be a victim. And that's all we are, is we're victims, and we're victims, and we're victims, and we're pitted against each other. We've all been in this trap, and I think, I believe what you all are saying, we're telling the truth about our pathetic situation, And now we're saying, okay, what do we do? Well, we have to tell our coworkers, we have to try to convince them that this contract is unacceptable. And in fact, it's just a Band-Aid solution. The hazard pay, it's just a payoff. It's a payoff. There's nothing contractual about it. Now in the Justice Coalition, we have what's called the workers' contract. So that is actually a real contract that we've been writing, we've been putting it together. And this is not something that, you know, I'm the editor of it, but the stuff that's in it is not mine. This comes from other members, and I just put it together, you know. And the contract needs to be easy to read, because what they're going to give us, everybody, they're going to put all these little patches, right, for all this little stuff. The contract's still going to be difficult to read. And I'm not trying to insult anyone. It's just difficult to read. I don't care how smart you are. It's just poorly composed, poorly written. It's like a Bible with shall, hither, whither, a King James version of the Bible or something. Whatever, you know, it's like ancient. And when you use that word shall, that has so many ambiguous connotations that you don't have to do it. Basically, shall. You know, so the contract is not written in our behalf. There's very few. I've been going through this thing now for almost 2 years. There's very few words like must, will, but there's lots of shall and may, ambiguity, you know. So the other thing I wanted to add to that is that so we have to say no to the contract, but we have to say yes to our contract. When I say our, I mean the workers. We need our own contract. We have our own contract. We need to debate this contract. We need to make this contract bulletproof, easy to understand, and then we have to organize actions. And we have to go to our union meetings too. And we have to pass motions to put pressure on the leadership to back, financially put the resources behind weekly protests and direct action to back what we want. And then we have to form worker bargaining committees. This bargaining team currently, with the lawyer, the vice president, and the president, is inadequate for us because, you know, just look at this. The lawyer is the lawyer, right? She works for basically the law, and the law works against us. Eric Dixon is a supervisor. Mark Weems is a supervisor, rail universal supervisors. They had no experience in the shop, in maintenance, as a janitor, a trackman, okay? Possibly ticket agent, CA. Yeah, Eric Dixon was a ticket agent at one time. Operator, yeah. Train operator, yeah. Switchman tower, okay, maybe, you know, but there's all clerk, nah. Instructor, no. So we need people from each classification, bus and rail, as part of the bargaining team, you know, and we have to have members involved in action. So this is the kind of thing that I've been trying to harp on with coworkers, but we got to fight for it. We have to demand it. And in some cases, we got to do it. So on July 25th, we have an in-person meeting at 2 p.m. at Hawkeyes. If any of y'all can come, I'm gonna share the screen and put it on the screen here. Let's see if I can get this right. Okay, share. So those of you who are watching the recording, you're gonna see, this is the July 11th, sorry. Let me, July 25th, organizing, gotta spell it right. Now
Eric,
this,
I would
go
like
ahead,
to
Janet.
say something.
Go ahead,
You
go
know,
ahead.
you mentioned about fight, and I just feel that whether you're retired, whether you're full-time, whether you're part-time, everybody needs to come out and participate because it affects us all in one way or another. So I am begging, pleading, anyone who's listening to my voice, please come out on the 25th. Please come out and support us. Please. It's important for us to all win. We need to win. We need to win, all of us. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here's the Facebook event. It's not a Facebook event, but it's an event posted on Facebook. So Hawkeye's Bar and Grill is at 1458 West Taylor Street, 2 p.m. You can RSVP here on Facebook or just show up. No big deal. And what we're looking at doing is organizing, educating each other, helping each other to be able to duel mentally with the opposition that's out there so that we can build up the courage to actually step out and, you know, on our for like a couple hours on an off day and just do a protest, you know, anywhere, a pop-up protest. We just show up at any station, any terminal, any shop, any garage, you know, anyone can do this. So we're inviting you to come and learn about how that's done. And we plan to discuss some real serious issues about holding our leadership accountable, because we have to do that. You know, we got to put some pressure on them. Are we going to get them to change? Probably not. But it's good for us as an exercise to hold our leadership accountable, because there's going to be new leadership and we're going to have to hold them accountable. And it may be some of us. So retirees and active, please come out. One thing that we have here is education. We're big about education. So what is a union steward's biggest mistake? So this could be a steward is someone who helps, who who cares about and assists others, or assists in the care of a place or a person. And that could be a union officer or just someone who's concerned, but especially a union officer. And here's some mistakes that they make. And these are some of the biggest mistakes. And this comes from the Union of Electrical Workers, a really good, powerful union, very rank and file union, not AFL-CIO affiliated, thank God. Mistake number one, failing to represent fairly. All right. So, you know, grievances, if you're going to deal with something, it should be weighed on its merits, regardless of who files it. Okay. And if you don't like the person, you need to help them fight no matter what. Making backroom deals. This happens a lot in our local. It's a big deal. Secret meetings are like how we do things in secret. Everything's in secret. Trading grievances, drop this if I let you have that, you know, it's that kind of stuff's no good. And coworkers have told this kind of thing to me, and it's just sad, you know. And if you agree to something, make sure it's something that you'd be willing to tell the whole membership. Yeah, I told the person to do this. You know, check this out. We have a case. I'm not going to mention any particulars, but this coworker called me up and shared with me the whole thing, the whole story. Basically, this coworker had a clean record, got caught up in something real trivial. So it was a procedural violation. So the managers in that particular department are really trying to punish the workers for breaking rules, any rule. So they accelerated the punishment all the way to a last chance agreement. This union officer is a full-time union officer, told the member, go ahead and sign off on it. It'll be okay. For those of you who don't know, a last chance agreement is if you get into trouble again, you're fired. This was not a safety violation. No one was hurt. No property was damaged. Nothing happened. Nothing. In fact, no one even know that anything happened. That's how trivial it was. Mistake number 3, failing to organize. Okay, that's the thing about our leadership. We need new leadership that doesn't just want to deal with grievances, right? Don't just deal with grievances. Talk with the members, share information, listen to members, help the members solve their problems. You should always be about it, even when you're on the job. And if the members are involved, that's how the union becomes strong. Promises remedies too quickly, okay? So if your credibility, like you running for office and you're gonna make these promises, you know, just realize that you're gonna have to pay for that. Mistake number 5, failing to speak with new workers. Do you know that I have met coworkers, new hires in the shop, repairmen, rail car repairers. I even know some garage mechanics. They said they never met with a union officer. Like no one ever came during new hire orientation. It's supposed to be done. It's ridiculous. So what we got to do as members, we got to reach out to the new workers, talk to them about what a union is supposed to be. Don't tell them about how the union is not, because that's just going to totally demoralize them. But tell them what it's supposed to be. Tell them how we got to fight for our union. You think about this. It's like our union, we don't even have a union, really. So we kind of basically got to be the union, the members. We got to think like that. Failing to adhere to timelines. All right. So this is kind of self-explanatory, but basically, if your grievance, man, if someone has to grieve something, they only got 30 days for it. So we have to make sure coworkers understand that. Okay. Even if they're not sure, if you meet a coworker and they say, man, I don't think I want to grieve this. I don't want to get in trouble. Like, no. Don't worry about that. Worry about not grieving it. Because once you get caught in something, if you don't protest it, that actually hurts you because these things build up and they add up. So if you have a record of paperwork that says, look, I'm being targeted, which could be the case, this is going to be helpful. So always send in your grievance within 30 days. Don't wait. And some stewards will tell you, here, I'll do it for you. Some union officers will say, I'll submit the grievance for you. Don't ever let the officer grieve it. And if you're an officer or a steward, for God's sake, encourage the member to send it registered mail or drop it off in person at the union office. But never, ever let it go unfiled, because I've been in meetings where that has been brought up. It's really sad. Failing to get settlements in writing. So here's something interesting. At the local 308 contract proposal update meeting, Vice President Weems said that he spoke with a GM or something, and they said they're going to try to turn over 100 more CSAs. Now, the problem is, the real problem for part-time jobs is not turning over people. It's that we have allowed the CTA to have huge percentages. So for Local 308, 20% of our coworkers can be part-time. Local 241, 25% can be part-time. We need to bring those percentages down in writing in the contract. But they're not talking about that. They're saying, well, you're going to turn, okay, do you have that in writing? And it's usually no. And then it isn't in writing. They're just telling us this, and you'll see this in the contract proposal update paperwork, turn over 100 more CSAs, but it's not in writing. So it's Not going to happen. Passing the buck. Keep people informed, decide whether the grieve matters, or do the first step oral presentation of the grievance. Sometimes stewards are tempted to pass the buck and refer members to the union president or another officer. All right. And I have to admit, we're all kind of forced to do this because what do our union leadership tell us? They tell us, I'll take care of it. Just give me a call. I'll take care of it. Give me a call. It's never, well, here's what you need to do. Here's how you do this. All right. And we can, as members, actually help each other do this. We don't have to keep sending people to the union office. We can actually help each other. That's how a union is supposed to work. Okay. I'm in a meeting. So sorry. Let me see. Sorry, y'all. In meeting. Sorry. So failing to work as a union team. Stewards are most effective when they work as a team. Each steward should know what is happening in the different work areas. So we have a steward system that Eric Dixon, he selected people that he wanted. He doesn't have meetings with them. He doesn't connect them. So the stewards who Eric Dixon appointed, by the way, that was against the bylaws. It's actually supposed to be the executive board, long story, but that's cool. You're in. Work together, have meetings, find a way to work together and share what's going on. And then talk with others and help your coworkers fight. Failing to publicize victories. Okay, so that is what you call communication, right? And there's some pretty decent, there's some okay victories that we get, but we only hear about it at the union meeting. And guess what? They don't want to make the union meetings virtual so that everyone can participate. They don't even want to share the meeting minutes. Okay.
Oh boy.
Isn't that something? So we don't even know what's going on in our union. And sometimes the meeting minutes are kind of crappy because they'll leave stuff out that's controversial. So this is why we have to, as members, meet and share information with each other like we're doing today. Bus and rail. We have to meet together. We can't allow these separations between us. So anyways, I just wanted to share that with you. Did anyone have any comments wanted to add to that, what I just shared?
If we're separated like the bus and the train and we don't share information, then we are a weak union. Therefore, there's strength in numbers. So we have to band together like an army. Otherwise, we will be defeated.
Yes, 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 absolutely. And we are being defeated, right? I mean,
exactly.
It's
and
really.
CTA knows that. CTA knows that. As long as because like you said, our officers are in bed with them. So if you keep them weak without the knowledge that they need, they're uninformed. How can we survive? How can we strengthen? How can we be better? It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. It just doesn't. So exactly. we got to be better. We have to be better. We have to do better. We need to start listening to one another. We got to band together, definitely.
Thank you. Thank you. Next on the agenda, I'm juggling here. Hang on. Let me turn off this screen share. Sorry. Hey, Juan. Good morning. I see you got a microphone, Juan. I'm going to ask to unmute you.
How you doing?
All right, brother. Introduce yourself. How you doing?
Juan Alvarado out of North Park.
Operator.
Yes, bus operator.
Yes, yes. Welcome, welcome. Talk to us. what brings you here? What's going on? How are things at the garage?
So far, everything's fine with me, but I'm highly concerned about our contract.
Well, you're in the right place. Anything in particular?
I just don't want to get bamboozled as usual.
Yeah, yeah. And what do you think we should do about it?
You know what, man? Honestly, to tell you the truth, I feel that if it was possible that we would need to start a brand new union or bring in a different union.
Hmm.
I feel that nobody in our union is like, nobody cares about our union anymore.
So how about this? Let's have a little debate here. You brought up an interesting thing. Now, before you came in, we were talking about our virtual, our organizing meeting. We're gonna have an in-person meeting on July 25th. I'm gonna put it on the screen. Definitely, if you can, join us. It's at Hawkeyes on July 25th at 2 p.m. at 1458 West Taylor. And these kinds of things, you know, we're discussing. So let's put a little debate out there. Do we need a new, basically, let me clarify, make sure I'm clear with what you're saying. So you're saying we should decertify ATU union and then vote in to join a different union. Is that what you mean?
Correct.
Okay.
I feel that our union is more interested in being here. Let me put it in the right way. I feel that our union is too close with CTA.
Okay.
I feel that, to me, a union's supposed to protect us. It's supposed to be like the police, you know. And what I see, our union is like, here, let me wipe you, CTA. Let me take care of you. You know.
Okay. Okay. So you're saying that and they're in bed. Our union leadership. The problem is not really the union, because the union is the members. You're saying the union leadership, it sounds like.
Our leadership,
Exactly.
correct. You're exactly correct. Our leadership doesn't have any balls. I've seen unions that say, you know what? Look at our teachers' unions. When they say no, it's no.
CTU, great example. Okay, can we move on to the next group member and see what they have to say about this debate, or you want to wrap it up?
No, go ahead. It would
Okay.
be excellent to talk about this. Perfect
Yeah,
timing.
It's good to talk about this, and let me tell you, coworkers love to talk about what you're talking about. So then we should talk about it, because our union leadership doesn't want us to talk, do they?
I have a question.
Actually, they want us to be scared. And that's
Scared.
not right.
Yeah. Go ahead, Sister Sharon. You're next.
My question is, how long? What steps do we need to take in order to get a new union?
Okay. Question: what steps? So steps taken, or steps needed to change. Okay. Let's get the debate going to get people's opinions, and then let's do the questions after that. Okay.
Okay.
I wrote it down. Sister Jan, Sister Jan, go ahead. What's your opinion on this debate? Brother Juan says, should we certify and get a new union, etc.? You heard what he had to say. What do you think?
I think that our union, the union is the members. It's the officers that need to be removed. So I wouldn't say so. It's the leaders, the people who we have in place right now. They are the ones that need to be removed. I don't know exactly who the leaders would be. Who do we need? Like a person from a civilian person, one civilian person, you know, one politician. I don't know how you make that up, but the current officers that we have right now need to be removed. Definitely.
So it sounds like, Jan, you're talking about accountability
Yes,
of
exactly.
leadership is needed.
Definitely. Exactly.
Okay. Okay, Kathy, I got you. Kathy has to run. She just sent a text message. Can I jump? I'm gonna jump to you real quick, Kathy. I know you got to run. Can you say something about this debate before you leave? You might have missed her. Kathy.
She's gone.
Here, I got it. Sorry.
Okay, Kathy, give us 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and what's your opinion in this debate? Please debate this topic.
Yeah, it's an old debate, and the ATU does suck. It's more of an enemy than a friend, but almost all the other unions are the same way. CTU is the way it is, and the nurses union, and some of the other unions, because the membership has been organized to take action and to fight. But all the rest of the unions, they're just about the same. Wages for all workers, even union members, have remained stagnant for like since the 70s. Part-time jobs are in the post office, part-time union jobs in the post office, in the auto factories, in the steel mills, in CTA. So they all suck. And it's up to the members to, I really like what Janice said. We have to build an army. We're all in it together. And that's where I think the focus needs to be on.
If you're not speaking, please mute everything. Your microphone picks up everything.
Okay, but I'm done.
You done, Kathy? So Kathy,
Yeah.
before you go, just let me clarify. So your argument here, and not argument, you're part of the debate, and this is what we're doing, is that decertification is not as important as, or we don't have any, there's really no strong unions out there except the ones where the members are organized and in control of the union, maybe. Or not.
Right. Yeah, I would say that is
So you're
fair.
you're not for going to a new union.
That's correct.
You're
Not
for
Not yet anyway.
but
Not
you
until-
but you admit that ATU is extremely corrupt, thoroughly
Yes.
corrupt.
Yes.
Like from the international on around. The whole thing is dead, basically.
Right. More than admit, embrace those sentences. Yes, they're our enemy.
Oh, so the ATU is not only corrupt, but is our enemy. But you're arguing that we should still remain as ATU, but we should organize and build ourselves up so that maybe eventually we can still be a victim of them or break off.
Yeah, I think the focus has to be on organizing the members to fight and know that we, as individual human beings, have to make a sacrifice, have to make the effort, have to help lead this fight. We have to fight. If we get some other union and elect some other people and it's the same thing. It's just a change of name. That's my position.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Later, Gators.
Thank you very much. See you. Have a great day. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
So let's go to Brother Andre. He's one of our co-organizers. All those signs you saw, the blank signs and everything at all of our protests are purchased and managed by him, you know. So it's so cool to have Brother Andre with us in this meeting. What do you think, brother?
Well, I agree with Kathy 100%. And the members got to understand it's all about the members. You know, the ATU, we can ignore them. Just like they ignore us, we can ignore them and do what we need to do as members. And that's our main problem. You know, we can't jump to different leaders. We can't jump to different unions. We can't pay the outside source. All that's not going to work. The members have to get it. You know, right now we like at 0 or like at 2. We got to go to 10. So the members got to get involved. They got to take control of the union. It's so many members that's uneducated in unionism. It's so many members that's uneducated in the bylaw. It's so many members uneducated in the ATU Constitution. It's so many members that don't come together. And the stuff we're doing is a start. And the members on this line got to help out. You know, spread the word. You know, the bigger, the better, the more people. You know, the company and the union officials are afraid of us coming together. And they've been tricking us and brainwashing us for years. You know, we gotta reverse that. You know, thanks to you, you know, you open up a lot of doors for the members to come together, Eric. And you know, if we haven't had you, a lot of this stuff wouldn't be possible that we're doing. So we got to learn from you, all of us. You know, just in case he decided to be a manager or get hit by a bus or something like that, you know what I'm saying? So we got to be able to take control and do things. You know, the leadership in 241 and 308 is out of here. They dead. They can't do nothing but what they doing. You know, even the stewards and the executive boards are shameful. You know, they're not doing a damn thing. They're not trying to. The union leadership job is to help. We don't have, since we've been doing this, we haven't had not one union official help us. Not one. So we out here by ourselves, paying their salaries and doing all this by ourselves. This don't make no sense. So we got to get stronger people. You can't look to nobody else. The strong unions that I saw, they was in the same boat. They had with Karen Lewis, rest her soul, and she did the same thing we was doing. And that's how she became strong like she did. But she shared the wealth of educating in unionism with her members.
And she was unapologetic about holding them accountable too.
Right.
She would call them out, you know, and you know, that's not negative. That's doing your job, you know. But by the way, Andre, how
many people we got online, Eric?
We got, including me, 5. And we got a bus operator, Brother Juan, from North Park. He's the one that brought up the issue. And Brother Juan, Andre is a bus operator at 103rd.
With 32 years of service.
How you doing? See,
right.
he's completely correct. He's completely correct about the things. Here's a perfect example. Eric, you know, I'm out of North Park. I'm a bus operator. And pretty much it sounds like that you guys are all train operators, except Eric. I mean, what's your name?
No. Juan, your bus. Sharon is a customer assistant on the trains. Janice is a customer assistant, and Andre's a bus operator. And I'm a repairman on the train. Yeah.
Okay. See, here's a perfect example. You know, Eric, you know, I've been watching you for a little bit out of the sidelines. I've been paying attention to you, and I see that you're fighting, and that's what caught my attention to you. You sit there and you're like, you know, we come first. You know, you're supposed to be taking care of us. Our union is supposed to be doing your job. Yep. Our union is supposed to be saying, no, you guys are wrong. But no, our union is sitting there and they stick their thumbs in their mouths and they don't say anything. And they don't take care. They're not taking care of us.
It's difficult because I hear you, because they also punish us. Andre has been sued by our own union leadership in 241, and he's been suspended, where Keith Hill collaborates with managers to get the man suspended.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? And Andre is not doing anything wrong. He's just going to the break rooms and passing out Justice Coalition literature.
See, why would Keith Hill do that?
Yeah.
Here's a perfect example. I met with Keith Hill, and when I met him, I asked him, look, I see that you guys are having meetings in Facebook. I would like to join those meetings. I gave him all my information, and I'm still waiting.
Well, yeah, you're gonna be waiting. Let's answer the question. All right. So are we good with the debate? Do we have this out, or did anyone else want to bring up some points to debate if we should decertify or not?
How would we be able to decertify them?
Okay, so that goes to the question that Sharon asked. She asked the same question you're asking. All right. So it's not cut and dry. All right. But it's basically this. It's basically these are the steps. And then there'll be some differences depending on which direction we go. So what we have to do in order to change from the ATU to something else is we have to decertify. That means we have to have an election, or not an election. We have to have a vote as members. According to the ATU Constitution, it's I'm sorry, I don't know the exact numbers that we have to have, what the fraction or the percentage is supposed to be, but we have on ChicagoTransitWorker.com a button called Know Your Rights. In it is the ATU Constitution, and you can view it online. You don't have to download anything. And then look it up there for the exact information. So if we get the majority of the members to decertify, a vote against having ATU, then we hold another election for the union we want to be a part of. Okay, now that union can be one of many types of unions. Okay, it can be our own union. So we say, well, we just want to be Chicago Public Transportation Union Local 1, right? So we'll be our own international, we'll be our own body, right? And we'll be united as bus and rail. It would have to be that way for sure. If we would do that, right? Or if 241 bolts and 308 stays in ATU, then 241 those members have to decide what they're going to do. The other option is that we research and present. We got to do this before we vote, obviously. Is we present as members, we would have to present different unions that we can be a part of and what the pros and cons will be, but they have to be willing to take us on. So now we got to break that down. What would make, for example, the Teamsters or IBEW or United Steelworkers or SEIU or whoever decide whether or not they're going to take us on? If they're part of a federation called the AFL-CIO, the American Federation for Labor, Congress of Industrial, blah, blah, or whatever the heck the CIO means, I forgot. Then they have to abide by other rules. And if they're AFL-CIO, they have to say, well, we can't take you unless you are without a union for 1 year. Which is kind of tricky because then we don't have that type of protection.
Then we wouldn't be protected. And I say at least 75% of our union members right now a good portion of them they would be scared.
Yeah. So you, Brother Juan, you and others who want to be a part of this effort, right? And I personally, I'm not a proponent at this time for leaving the ATU, okay? But I will support my coworkers who want to, 100%. Because I love when our coworkers do stuff and organize without the leadership, the so-called leadership's approval. I love that. But here's the deal. There are some damn good unions that are not AFL-CIO. And one of them is when I showed this on the screen, I'm screen sharing. Yeah, good. Is this one, UE, okay? And UE is not AFL-CIO affiliated. And they're one of the more militant unions. They believe in striking. They believe in not endorsing politicians. They're not interested in politicians. They believe in rank and file stuff, like what we do right, as a justice coalition. You know what I mean? What we organize. There's also Unite Here, but I think they're now AFL-CIO affiliated, but it's possible. Teamsters is a favorite that people talk about, but here's two things I want you to know about the Teamsters. Now, these are facts that I'm sharing with you. Teamsters is a large corporate entity. Well, it's not corporate, but basically it's so huge. They're like the ATU. They got good locals, they got bad locals, okay? And they got real good ones and real bad ones. But the only reason why, the main reason why the Teamsters are so beloved by many of our members is because of a rank and file organization known as the Teamsters for a Democratic Union. They are like what we're doing in the Justice Coalition. We're following the blueprint of the Teamsters for a Democratic Union, the blueprint of CTU. And that is, the Teamsters are strong because there are members, like you see in this picture, who are organizing action. They're saying to the leadership, you serve us or you resign or step to the side. So that is what you need to understand. The other thing you should know about the Teamsters is we already, ATU in Chicago, already tried to decertify, and we were on our way to joining the Teamsters. Believe it or not, most of y'all know this. And here's Brother Andre. I'm gonna get you your hand in 1 second. I'll be done. And that is, the Teamsters were bought out by the ATU. The ATU gave them money and said, leave our members alone. And the Teamsters walked away and said, oh, okay, I'll take that money. So do you really want to be a part of the Teamsters? And they can be bought off by your own union? Imagine the ATU doesn't have a lot of money compared to the corporations, right? But they bent over from the ATU's money. They'll bend over for a politician or a corporation, I think. Let's go to Brother Andre. Oh, you're muted, brother. Let's unmute you. Wait. Andre, you're muted. Ah, you're muted. Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, okay, I got you now. Come on, talk to us.
I could have shortened up your long explanation of moving to another local, to the Teamsters.
You know best.
That effort was a large effort to get done. And if we try to move away from ATU, first of all, we're not strong enough to fight them. And they got something called a war chest. We are not going to be able to withstand their war chest. That's why they was able to buy off the Teamsters. The members ain't going to have the money to fight. The members not going to have the strength to fight. The members not going to have the legs to fight. When the members tried to go over to the union, the Teamsters, man, the ATU brought it hard. They made all the officers, all the stewards, all the reps go out on the property along with management, along with ATU IBPs. They brought it, and then they brought the money, and then they brought an agreement. They have a no raid agreement after they bought them off. So the best thing to do is what y'all got to understand is right in front of you. They fear the members. I was against the whole thing, and Tommy Sams made that happen, and we lost one local, and then that's when they brought that money. And then Tommy Sams became the president and took his understandings to the local 241, and that's the first time that we ever organized in the 30 years I've been here with the members. So it's really comes down to the people in the local, which is the members, and a proper president or a proper union official is willing to stand and fight the basic fight. These people we got, they vultures, they traitors, and that's all of them. So you don't have nothing, members. You can't go nowhere. You can't run nowhere with your pants down. You can't go nowhere. So you might as well pull your pants up, pull yourself by the bootstrap. These 5 people on this line, we got to make it 10. These 10 people got to make it 20. You know, the next action we have, you know, I suspect all 5 of these people on this line to be there and to help spread the word. You know, that it's an example of me and Eric and others that shows you how terrified they are of members that's going to be standing strong. They chased us all over the property.
Yep.
Oh, just little old me, little old Eric, and little old retired. They chased us all over the property. They had big meetings on us, the union, to make sure that they come at us. We come on the property. It's like the fish stop swimming. That's how powerful we can become. So, you know, we might as well just stop the conversation of thinking we're gonna go. So you're not gonna go nowhere else with this weak understanding of unionism. We got to be strong, and if we be strong, we can just really be our own union because that is set up to run. The members, the union language is set up for the members to run. You got to understand that. Yeah. If you don't do that, and you don't do what you're supposed to do democratically, then you ain't going nowhere. You ain't gonna jump off the couch and think you're gonna run to another union. They was just like my man said, they were scared the shit out these members. These members wouldn't know what to do. And they didn't know what to do. I mean, them guys was out there fighting on the property. That's how strong it was. One of the reps went to jail fighting the Teamsters. I mean, the Teamsters was out there doing their thing with us, with the members, not with the members. But guess what? They took that money. And guess what? The only thing the Teamsters really wanted was our money from the very beginning.
That's right.
They didn't want to represent the black people. They didn't talk to us personally. They didn't come and have lunches with us. They didn't have union. Well, they had a union meeting, but that was for them to get, you know, to work that game from the people that was doing it. So it wasn't like the Teamsters they built a relationship. They didn't do nothing. They just was like, they got this much money. Oh yeah, we'll take it. So let's move forward. Let's fight. Let's organize. Let's educate. Let's get ready to strike.
Thank you. And it's, you know, Blacks and Latinos who are the majority in CTA employees, you know, we suffer in our communities so much from these part-time jobs. And these big unions love to have part-timers paying dues. Yep. It's extra money for them, you know, it's like free money for them. So, you know, we really need to take control of our unions as members of our union. I put some things on the screen, but I wanted to move real quick through the rest of the agenda and then we'll be done. We have.
So I have a question.
Oh, let's finish it up. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Sharon. And anybody else, let's wrap up this.
So can we, hypothetical, create another executive union within this union? You know, like all those people that that pulled out of the you know, the current union. You know, I'm sure that they might get in trouble. Can we create another union? You know, with the president and the vice president and so on.
Well,
Well, we have a template for that right now, which is the Justice Coalition. You know, we're the union within the
Okay.
union.
Okay.
see,
And the only thing we have to do is build it.
there you go.
Oh, okay.
So what Andre's telling you, Sharon, is that we are a caucus. And this is why I showed you on the screen the Teamsters for a Democratic Union. They are, like you're saying, a union within a union. Do they have executive power? No, but they create slates of candidates who can run for office and be on the executive boards of the locals.
Okay.
So we have that too in the Justice Coalition. We have a new questionnaire where people who want to run for office, if you want to be on the Justice Coalition slate, you fill out this questionnaire, and we can work with you to help you become an officer, you know, to get elected. But you know, that's not our focus, of course. Our focus is putting the members in control of the union, and having a caucus is very democratic. They cannot stop us from organizing. There's no law, there's no legal bylaw, nothing, because this is democracy. To form a caucus or in an opposition within the union, that's democracy, that's power, and they don't want that. Anybody else? And then we'll just wrap it up.
Before you wrap it up, how are we able to get more people to this type of meetings? How are we able to get more people to join this caucus?
What way? It's up to the individual who's
With
a
your
part
help,
of our
yes.
group. I'm sorry.
I say, with your help, yes. The
Yeah.
guy who asked the question, you go out there and recruit people.
We have our website, chicagotransitworker.com, and we try to post, I try really hard to post things like this Facebook event, Brother Juan. And then we're trying to build up a mailing list, and I send things out for that. As you know, I'm full-time like you, so I only get 2 days off. When I work, I just work. I mean, I really don't do anything else. And then on my days off, I do this. So if you can help with things like this, or whatever way you can help, Brother Juan, whatever you need, we will, you know, me and Andre are like the core organizers here. We work to just help you help us, you know, and Janice, she and Sharon, they were a major part of our protest at Howard Street by speaking publicly. So it's up to you, Juan. Does it answer your question?
Can I say something real quick? And one thing that the union stopped doing after Tom got in, Tom realized you have to bring people together to even get them on the same page. You just can't just say, let's have a meeting, let's talk about union. You have to get them in a setting so they can let their hair down and they don't have to talk about union. And the goal is for us to get to know each other, see each other's face. That's why we had all those events that was free to the members. And they had nothing to do with striking and nothing. You just got to get together like we're going to do. But we're going to do the combine of both. We're going to get together on the 25th and we're going to talk business, but we're going to enjoy each other's presence at the same time. And we're going to get to know each other. And these are the type of events that's going to have to be ongoing. You know, so it's not going to be no hit and miss. We just got to get together on a regular basis. We have to have these type of meetings right here on the phone. We have to get in person. We have to have the actions. And all this is just going to be ongoing. It's going to be, you know, effort. It's going to be a major effort in your life because this is your life we're fighting for.
Yeah.
So it is worth it. You know, everybody needs to come on and stop with the, you know, putting it on somebody else. You need to put it on yourself. Just that simple. Put it on yourself, man. You know, I don't have to do this, and Kathy don't have to do this. I can retire right now, and Kathy is retired. So we're trying to look out for the people that's still here, you know, and we need to just make it happen, man. keep going. The union officials, make them scared of you by being knowledgeable in unionism or asking the tough questions and holding them accountable.
I'm sorry for interrupting. I'm not sure if you guys know him, Eric Slater.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. When I would go in the garage, I would notice that the other stewards or the other union members, they didn't like him because he was the type of person that would throw things in their faces.
Yes.
And that's how I knew that our union made sure that he wasn't able to come back.
Yes.
To me, I think they made sure that he wasn't able to come back to CTA. They helped him get fired.
Yes, they did.
Yes. Yeah, Keith Hill worked very hard to get this Eric Slater fired.
And they make it where they now made it where he's not gonna be able to come back. The union have done that.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But here's what we got to look at. Okay. He's being used as an example to scare us, you and me and everybody on this call. Okay. But Andre and I are still here. And Sharon is still here, and Jan is still here. And we did things that Eric Slater did, but we're still here. Okay. So
and Eric made some mistakes when he was dealing with them with management on the property. If he hadn't made those mistakes, they would have never been able to corner him. But he got comfortable because he thought he was going to be protected by brother Keith Hill. And he's supposed to have known Keith Hill was on his heel the whole time, but he just ignored it and thought because he was a union official that he was going to be all right. Because Keith was putting daggers in his back the whole time he was there.
Stabbed him right in the back.
And
along with that steward, Medea, whatever her name is, they was setting that brother up. And he didn't.
Oh, wow.
He just didn't recognize him. But I did.
Yep.
And Eric Bazir did.
Yeah. And we told Eric, you need to expose Hill and the leadership.
And he refused.
He refuses. He will not. And
he thought he was his friend.
Yep. And we kept telling him they're gonna do you, bro.
Oh my God.
And now they got it done.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but we support Brother Eric and hope he comes back. We support him being reinstated. But we need more of us, rank and file, to start speaking up and helping each other, you know. And Brother Juan, is that okay? What do you think? I mean, did me and Andre answer your question?
No,
adequately?
you did answer my questions. Now, okay, since Eric is not a part of CTA, okay, when is the next voting for president coming up?
2022.
Oh, in 2 years, huh? 1 year.
No, next year. It's 2021.
Yeah, okay. Isn't it possible, or he has to be an employee for CTA to run for president?
No, he can't run. They said they got him in a bag where he can't run. The only hope Eric gonna have if the next president would take him on and advocate for him to return, because they removed his grievance. So no grievance, you don't really have no right until the next president say, okay, you know, I'll make some waves with the CTA, because CTA give them bones every once in a while and say, well, who you want to come back? And so you could put Eric could be on that list, but it may take some deal making to do. In other words, what are you willing to give us if we give you Eric? Management, you know, Eric got a reputation that his return might be a high price.
Right.
Management ain't trying to bring Eric back. This is Eric's second time being fired by CTA management, and he called some waves before he even got fired both times. So it's like, it ain't like they gonna like, oh, we don't know who that guy is, bring him on back. They gonna know exactly who Eric Slater is. So Eric's not gonna come cheap, he's not gonna come easy. As long as Keith is in there, he ain't got a chance in hell.
Yep. Yep.
Just that simple.
And this is why it's so important, Brother Juan and Sister Sharon, Sister Jan, that and any others. But we have to take control of our union. We cannot wait and hope that some charismatic personality that we nominate and elect is going to do right by us. It is impossible. It is impossible. That
Eric
is
should be
not
on this call,
work.
but he's not.
We can elect people, but Brother Juan, Sister Sharon, and Jan, we need to build up our union so it doesn't matter who the president is. We take care of each other, and we can have a president be a gerbil in a cage, and it won't make a difference. You know what I mean? We'll be so powerful. So we're hoping, that you keep talking with coworkers about we need to control our union and we needed to start speaking up about the crappy contract. Just keep talking with coworkers. And let me wrap up the agenda here. And that is, we have Brother Andre and I plan to do a report on the local 241 membership meeting next week. But at chicagotransitworker.com at the union meeting reports section, we do have reports on previous meetings. Local 308 has a membership meeting coming July 13th. 241 members can come. You just don't have voting privileges. We have a contract petition, chicagotransitworker.com. Go to the union reform page, and we have our meeting links here. Please sign the petition. We're demanding that the presidents give us weekly updates and put the contract in the current contract, the expired contract, in every garage, every shop, every terminal, so that members can read it for themselves. We have a poll about the barbecue, the $10,000 barbecue. Do you think it's a good idea for local 308? We have another poll for the hour of power for the next protest. The next protest, we don't have a date yet because it's going to happen after the new pick. So we don't know what the schedules are going to be like. But we are doing a poll on the location for the next protest, okay? We have...
It should be...
Go ahead.
It should be in front of 567.
Well, vote. Go in the poll, brother, and make sure you choose that, okay? We have CTA headquarters as a choice. So you can choose that, okay? And encourage your coworkers to do that. And contact me directly if you're like, I can't find these links you're talking about. I'll send it to you, no problem. July 25th, we got an in-person meeting at Hawkeyes, and we got to create a new formula of job duties for a full-time CSA solution, okay? Because we need to get these part-timers into full-time jobs. So as members, we need to decide how it's going to be done. Same with the second chancers in the bus and the rail and the flagmen. We have a candidate questionnaire. I should have posted the link for that. I'm sorry I didn't. And we have a future virtual Zoom conference planned for next Sunday. So we'll put out another event for that. Finally, we kind of discussed the workplace and solutions. We're gonna do the history lesson next week because we are way over time. And I have to actually go to work so today, so that I can go to the union meeting Tuesday. Any other final comments? Please take about 1 minute to, I'm gonna go down the line. Brother Juan, your final parting closing comment.
I'm done with our union. I think that we need to fight.
Yes.
I see that they're more scared of numbers than just one person. I believe that we should all get together and show our representatives that you guys work for us. We don't work for you. You know, we give you money to take care of us. We pay your salary.
Yes. And Brother Juan, talk with your coworkers at North Park. Seriously, organize a protest. Tell you're part of the Justice Coalition now. Share that with us so that we can help organize and get people to participate. Andre, myself, and Kathy. Kathy's retired. She'll definitely be there for you guys, with you guys. If it's on my off day or Andre's off day, we'll be there. You know what I'm saying? But try to organize something at North Park with the mechanics and the operators, all right?
Yeah.
Any,
But these guys are not gonna just listen to me. You
yes,
know,
yes, they will listen to you, brother. Someone will listen to you. And if it's just you and one other person, that's power, brother.
Yep. And
That's
just
power.
Juan, and just don't be afraid to talk. Why you worried about how many numbers gonna hear you? Just speak your heart, bro. When people speak their heart, people see that around. They may not take the first conversation, but they may take the 5th conversation because your heart is not gonna tell the lie.
Man. And Juan, you know, you organize something that you want. Say, I want to do a 1-hour protest at North Park, whatever. Can you help me? You're in the Justice Coalition. We're going to back you, brother. It's going to be you and one other person at least. And that's power, brother, because 2 people and it can inspire 200. And that's how it is, brother. No one listens to me and Andre either. But we just keep going, brother. We don't quit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I've noticed that. I've been, like I say, I've been watching you for a little bit on the sidelines, and you keep telling me, you know, Keith Hill and the president of 308, they don't like you.
Yeah.
And they're scared of you.
Yeah.
They're scared of you. They're scared of Eric Slater. They don't want you guys here.
Yeah.